So this is going to kind of be like in addition to our carburetor upgrade. Now we bought a Summit Racing carburetor, 600 CFM replacement carburetor. It's a universal, which happens to fit this perfectly, aside from some of the linkages being kind of cattywampus, but it's mounted on top of our Summit Racing air gap intake manifold, which I like. It's great for drag racing, but for low end torque, could use like a dual plane, maybe a shorter intake manifold. But anyways, this gasket, basically it's a gasket. It's, you kind of think, I don't know, I don't think it's going to seal very well, but it is also a gasket. But what it does is this reduces engine temperature from your intake manifold. Your engine produces a lot of heat, so it's going to go through your intake manifold, and this is aluminum, so that's going to transfer more heat, and when it goes into your carburetor, it starts to boil the fuel just a little bit, and just enough to produce excessive vapors that then go down into the intake of the engine, and then you start to have hot start problems because you have a vapor lock in there. Makes it seem as if it's like flooded. This happens on any engine that has a carburetor like this. It'll happen on a Chevy. I've seen it happen on a Chevy 350. This here is a 351. I remember the guy I saw, he said, I let it sit for 10 minutes, and then it's like, it won't start. It just cranks and cranks, and then finally it goes, and this one here does the same thing. Yeah. Fuel injection would be a much better option, but even then you'd still want this gasket on there. I think I need a new air filter. This is why we replaced that carburetor. It just nastied up my thing, and then not having the PCV hooked up just made that even worse. So I think I'm gonna go pick up an air filter. So we'll just have a little snorkel over here that I've put in, not necessarily factory, but it works. Pull that out of there. We'll grab a new air filter. I think I have a coupon for it too. So this is our carburetor. I think we are going to need some pliers. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try and, because I put these in kind of loosely, the studs, when I put this intake manifold in. So it might make it so that I can just turn that out by hand or get some pliers on it. Because what I want to do is just take the studs out, lift the carburetor up, and then slide that in, and then be done with it. And then one thing I'm going to get rid of while I'm in here is this thing. This is just useless, so I'm just going to go ahead and unplug that, and then we'll get rid of that in a second. Alright, 7/16 on that stud, nut, or that nut. Just go around, unloosen them all. This is a very nice carburetor. It's very easy to tune. I was able to, adjust my mixture and get it to run right. I mean, once it's warms up after about 10 minutes, it's got pretty good throttle response. With carbureted vehicles, you want to let them warm up just a little bit to get the air-fuel mixture just right, and then you can romp on it all you want. The old carburetor, I couldn't do anything with it. You can tune it all you want. It will not do what you want it to do. Now this is cool. Yeah, this is finger tight. See, this is our stud right now, and then this is going to be our new studs, and it looks like the threads are the same, so we're going to get lucky on this one. These have a hex head on them, so you can actually tighten those down. I'm going to go cut this open, and then I'm going to get a proper, actually a socket might even just fit over that. And if you lose a nut in your intake manifold, I mean, you know, if you have the air gap like I do and you drop a nut down one of these passageways, not necessarily going into the engine, but going to nowhere where you'll never get them back. Okay, I will need some pliers for that one in the back. I'm going to pop that out to relieve tension. Oh, this one's coming. Coming by hand. I need a new radiator in this thing. Voila. Just give that a light clamping. And it'll turn right out. Oh yeah. I got a couple of leaks I need to fix down there. Yeah. I didn't even mess up the threads. So those we need to put in a little baggie. Now let's see if these will fit. Oh yeah, they'll thread right in there. So now what we'll do, we got our studs out. Once we're gassing it, this is the old crappy gasket I had in there. So hold it out like that. Get it kind of lined up. One of your studs to line up in there. Same thing for this back one here. Here we'll okay, we can go ahead and put our air cleaner back on. This whole fuel system setup, we need to deal with that. What I'll end up doing is cutting the steel line that's down here, and then I'll end up routing a different hose. We'll have a filter like right here, and then something like that. I almost wonder if you can just take this line here on the carburetor and just switch it and have it back and then around. That would almost be ideal. I think you could do that. I don't think it would really matter. And when we put our Cummins turbo diesel in this thing, we will get rid of this whole canister thing. Unless I find out that it is actually necessary for the thing. Well, maybe I'll keep it and I'll just run it along. But if it's not needed, I'll just go ahead and freaking move it. Go over it once more. Just take it. This is why you're under the hood on this truck a lot, because there's a lot of stupid things that people, me and myself, or me and my cousin, other people have owned the car or the truck, have done just absolutely just ridiculous wiring jobs, and things aren't done right, and this and that and the other thing. Yeah, we'll just tape this right to that. We've got plenty of electrical tape. Of course the camera's like, I'm gonna fall over. I'm gonna fall, I'm gonna do it. So the air filter for this is a Fram CA324A for an 86 F250. Otherwise the filter for the F155.8 will not fit my air cleaner. It's too tall. You're not the right size. It's weird. Still runs way better when it's cold. Just got my lawns mowed. I got this one here, and the one on the left. Looks way better. Now I just needed to fucking pay. Stop. A little bit of break up there. A little fucking cold still, I'd say. Pardon my language. Still better than the other one. That amount of throttle I gave it, if I would have given it the old carburetor, it would have been bloom, 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 bloom. Engine dies. You're like, yeah, fucking carburetor. Oh no! Why did I have to go this way? How will the traffic hold me off for a few minutes? I hate Triumph buses. There's a lot of bumps on this road. This bus is gonna make 12 stops just for one like guy that could have just gotten off 10 feet away. Oh, there goes the camera. I had to make a very slight left-hand turn there. God damn little bastard. I'm surprised he hasn't stopped yet. What's up with this guy? cruising along. I'm hardly using the throttle at all. This is great. Amazing. Oh, we're stopping. Hey, getting rid of that little valve thing has improved my vacuum. It stops great. Plugging, not plugging. Okay, it's sat long enough for it to vapor lock. Let's see how she starts. Well, that was a lot better. Choke's still kind of on, so it's. Oh yeah, that was great. That helped out a lot. We'll see how it does later in the week, though. Got a brand new air filter in there. She's nice and happy. It was like $8 for the filter. Oh, there you go, you're dipping. Oh, there you go. Oh, we're stuck behind a one-eyed Willie. Yeah, the choke is going to cool down a little bit. There was a truck over here, a Dodge Ram, with a trailer on the back of it, and they were up to the left here with this. It was actually the same trailer right here. The truck was pulling in, and it was just a little bit of wet grass, and he was stuck. All four wheels were spinning. I just thought it was kind of funny. I was like, "You need a pull?" Oh, this is great. I think the air filter made a huge difference. Cruising along at 40 miles an hour, and it's just barely tapping the gas. Or maybe the choke is on, I don't know. I'm gonna be pissed if the choke starts doing that thing where it won't like stay off. It's like it's there when I don't need it, and it's not there when I need it. I don't need that. Yeah, that we just need a big fat